Imagine a garden at dawn, dew still glistening on every leaf. The air carries the scent of damp soil and fresh promise. Yet there, on the tomato plant that thrived perfectly the day before, appear holes, countless ones. The foliage resembles delicate lace, an unseen visitor struck overnight, devouring all within reach. Now envision that identical garden 7 days on. Same plants, same earth, but zero holes, no slimy paths, no wilted greenery. The sole difference? A basic brew from 3 pantry staples, costing under $1 and whipped up in the kitchen. This isn't fantasy, no sales pitch. It's proven science, honed by farmers for ages, predating any store-bought pesticide. Here, we'll uncover every detail, the reasons it succeeds, the easy recipe, and the common pitfall that dooms so many attempts. Stick around. This delivers value in spades. 1. The hidden battles raging in our gardens. Consider this rarely pondered query. What's truly unfolding beneath the foliage, out of sight? It's warfare, silent, unseen, unyielding. Across backyards and veggie patches worldwide, minuscule forces advance. Aphids, too tiny for easy spotting, cling to tender stem undersides, siphoning sap like mosquitoes drawing blood. One female aphid births 80 young in a week, no partner required. Spider mites weave gossamer threads nearly undetectable, choking the leaves they shroud. Caterpillars gnaw leaves as if programmed machines. Night after night as gardeners rest, these foes proliferate. Take the diamondback moth. One species alone inflicts $4 to $5 billion in annual global crop losses. No error there. Billions from an obscure moth. Humanity's response for generations? Douse with chemicals, harsher ones in greater volumes. Initially effective. Bugs perish, plots gleam pristine. But here's the overlooked truth. Frail pests drop first. Tough survivors reproduce, passing on resilience. Soon, mere generations later, that once lethal spray proves useless. Experts term it pesticide resistance. Growers deem it hellish. Worse still, those toxins don't discriminate. They slaughter allies too, ladybugs devouring aphids en masse, bees enabling 1/3 of our meals via pollination, butterflies animating summer blooms. Flood the space with venom long enough, and defenders vanish entirely. Only super pests remain, more invincible. Old-school growers have a saying that's proven wise, time and again. The fast solution breeds lingering catastrophe, in gardening or beyond. If sprays fail, what's the fix? It's been lurking in your kitchen forever. 2. The powerhouse player, garlic. Suggest that a top natural bug killer is the same stuff jazzing up last week's spaghetti and expect chuckles. Yet, Allium sativum, humble garlic, harbors an ancient edge. Egyptians dosed pyramid builders with it for vigor and illness resistance. Romans toted it to fights, plague-era healers wielded it. Spanning eras and cultures, its guarded vitality, power, existence. Plants crave that shield too. Here's the intrigue. An intact garlic clove sits blandly, scent-free on the counter. Crush it, rupture those cells, and magic ignites. Enzyme alliinase collides with alliin, sparking a swift reaction, birthing allicin. A pungent, sulfur-packed powerhouse, nature's fiercest shield. Allicin fights microbes, bacteria, and ravages bugs, airborne near plants. It jams the acute olfactory cues pests use to hunt meals. The greenery turns undetectable. Aphids lose the trail. Moths go astray. That alluring garden aroma, utterly disrupted. Yet, allicin goes further than mere disguise, for bugs that manage to touch down on a sprayed plant. Allicin serves as a potent irritant, throwing off their bodily functions, killing their hunger, and turning each leaf into an unforgiving, intolerable terrain. And here's the game changer for those concerned about risks. Allicin poisons nearly all harmful bugs while posing zero threat to people or animals. It's the very same garlic that flavors your meals, now safeguarding your plants. No chemicals, no hazards, simply nature in its timeless form. There's a subtle elegance to that truth. The mightiest element in a garlic clove doesn't emerge until the clove gets smashed. 3. The fiery booster. Garlic by itself packs a serious punch, but imagine elevating it to invincible. There's a method, and it's right there beside the garlic on your shelf. Fiery chili peppers, capsicum frutescens. Those tiny red explosives that ignite salsa and make curry blaze. Test it out once. Have a fresh chili and set it by an ant trail. Hit 10. They'll bolt, not stroll off, but panic like an evacuation siren wailed. The culprit? Capsaicin, the very molecule fueling that pepper heat. We humans savor it. Insects? It's endless torment. Studies reveal capsaicin binds to targeted pain sensors in bug nerves, TRPV1 channels. To them, it's no taste or twinge. It's pure inferno, scorching, excruciating, total agony. Feeding halts instantly. They ditch the leaf, stalk, bloom. They run. At stronger doses, capsaicin shreds cell walls, triggering shutdown and fatality. All this, leaving not a trace of poison on your produce. Unite garlic and chili in one mist, and magic unfolds. Garlic crafts the unseen barrier, cloaking the garden, jumbling odor paths, rendering plants spectral. Chili delivers the blaze, scorning any daredevils that dare approach. One guards, the other strikes, and combined, they forge a fortress pests can't breach. 4. The $1 formula. Dual options, identical knockout power. Here's the moment you've anticipated. The real how-to. It's ridiculously straightforward. 2 options, a simple mix and an upgraded one. Each delivers. The pro version just layers on proven, elite-level defense. Version A, classic garlic chili mist. 2 to 3 whole heads of fresh garlic, around 20 to 25 cloves, 5 to 10 fresh hot red chilies. Jalapenos, serranos, or Thai varieties shine. Opt for red when you can. Ripe reds pack way more capsaicin than greens. 1 quart water, roughly 4 cups, plus 1 teaspoon mild liquid soap, pure Castile or soft dish soap. Version B, neem-enhanced upgrade, all of version A, plus 2 teaspoons cold-pressed neem oil. Why neem? It harbors azadirachtin, which derails bug development and breeding. It doesn't merely drive off or slay current invaders. It stops future broods from emerging. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, endorses neem oil as a safe, potent organic pest fighter. That's not myth. It's top-tier federal research. The steps. Don gloves first. Capsaicin plus eye contact. Avoid at all costs. Grab garlic cloves and chilies. Keep seeds and those white inner ribs, home to 80% of the capsaicin. Rough chop, then pulverize in a blender or grind with mortar and pestle. Aim to rupture every cell, unleashing maximum allicin and capsaicin. Dump the mash in a glass jar, a mason jar's ideal. Douse with water. Pro tip recipes, often skip. Go for distilled or rainwater if feasible. Tap waters, chlorine, calcium, and minerals bind to capsaicin, weakening it. This tweak separates effective from feeble. Cap the jar, stash in a dim, cool spot for 24 to 48 hours. This brew time pulls out all those potent oils. Strain into your sprayer via fine sieve or cheesecloth. Press the solids hard, potent stuff lingers. Stir in the soap and neem for B with a gentle swirl. Soap's essential. Here's the reason. Garlic oil, chili oil, and neem oil won't blend naturally with water. They tend to separate. Soap serves as an emulsifier here. Its molecules latch onto both the oil droplets and the water, linking them into a stable mixture. Even better, the soap reduces the liquid's surface tension, helping it adhere to the waxy coating on leaves and cover insects directly rather than forming beads that drip away. Skip the soap, and much of the spray wastes away on the soil. Include it, and each drop stays put on the target. 5. Spraying technique and timing, the critical error that dooms many attempts. This is exactly what distinguishes gardeners who hail this formula as a game changer from those who dismiss it as useless. It boils down to timing. The mixture relies on natural oils and strong botanical extracts. Hit the plants midday under blazing sun and temps over 85 degrees Fahrenheit, and those oils amplify the sunlight's burn on the foliage. Capsaicin interacts with chlorophyll, turning protection into damage. This is phytotoxicity to scientists, pure devastation to gardeners. That's the top blunder. Folks brew a flawless batch, dash out at high noon on a scorcher, douse the garden, and find crispy, drooping leaves the next day. They curse the recipe, but the recipe held up. The timing failed. These 3 guidelines change everything. Rule 1. Go early or late. Ideal slots are 6 to 9 a.m. or evenings dim glow, post-sunset. Mild temps, soft rays, zero harm. Rule 2. Target the undersides. That's where 70% of pests, aphids, whiteflies, spider mites lurk, eat, and reproduce. Topside spraying alone is like securing the entrance while the exit stays unlocked. Raise the leaves, hit below. Victory happens there. Rule 3. Reapply every 4 to 5 days or post-rain. Unlike persistent synthetics, this natural remedy rinses off with water and degrades over time. Steady use delivers results. Coat until drops start forming on leaves. Complete coverage, no drenching. Just 3 guidelines. Stick to them and outcomes prove it. 6. Realistic outcomes. Straight talk first. Before the winds acknowledge the boundaries, truth fosters trust, not exaggeration. This spray invades soft tissues and disrupts the nerves of small, tender pests, but it skips certain foes. Tough adult beetles, like Japanese beetles, boast chitin armor that's impenetrable to capsicum. They perch unfazed. Slugs and snails secrete a slimy shield that repels it outright. Burrowers such as leaf miners and weevils hide inside stems and fruits beyond surface reach. Those are its constraints, and spotting them early turns disappointment into success. What it excels at, and post-correct application. Soft pests, aphids, mealybugs, spider mites, juvenile caterpillars vanish, flee the garlic aroma, or lie lifeless from capsaicin overload. Research shows well-made garlic chili sprays slash aphid numbers by up to 78%. Diamondback moths and flea beetles plummet too. And the real triumph: when avoiding open blooms, it spares key helpers. Bees pollinate on. Ladybugs devour survivors. Butterflies flutter by. Chemicals wipe out all comers. This one hits foes precisely. Sparing friends. Weapon versus wise plan. 7. Why this info counts now more than ever. Such wisdom flies under the radar for a reason. The pesticide market tops $60 billion annually, a massive operation fueled by dependency. Push chemicals that zap bugs, but also beneficial insects controlling them naturally. Weaken soil defenses. Pests rebound fiercer next round, prompting endless repurchases. Profitable loop. $1's worth of pantry staples doesn't play that game. No one holds a patent on garlic. No trademark exists for a chili pepper. There's no endless subscription needed for a jar of mashed cloves. And that's precisely why it counts. Not as some wild theory or rant, but as plain reality. When the fix costs nothing and the issue brings in big bucks, you'll never see ads for the fix. Instead, it spreads person to person, gardener to gardener, neighbor to neighbor, generation after generation. That's how solid wisdom has always moved. Somewhere right now a garden awaits. Perhaps a small backyard patch, a couple of pots on a balcony, or vast rows of beans and tomatoes ready for help. Just grab a few garlic cloves, some chilies, a bit of soap, perhaps neem oil, let it sit for 24 hours, then head out on a calm evening to spritz it on. That's everything required. Skip the toxic chemicals, pricey buys, or damage to bees, butterflies, or the very soil that nurtures growth. Rely solely on nature's own tools, applied as intended. If this struck a chord, pass it along to anyone tending plants, a neighbor, friend, or relative, battling those recurring bugs season after season. This wisdom shines brightest when it spreads.